Hey everyone, it's Vintage Vinny, and welcome to another haul video. Everything that I'm going to be sharing with you today came from Beaver Creek Antiques and Antique Crossroads here locally in town. So everything that is directly in front of the camera now was everything that I got at Beaver Creek. I spent only, I spent $15.37 for the 4 items that you're looking at here. I mentioned it to you all before. Beaver Creek, of the 2 shops that are like directly next to each other, is the more expensive store. They have a lot of truer antiques. They have lots of primitives and advertising, and just it's very specific to certain clientele. Those who like the primitives and things like that, like the real primitives, like the old furniture and things like that. There are also people who have like old dolls. There's a couple mid-century booths. There's a phenomenal Art Deco booth, but it's just eye candy. It's nothing you can really buy unless you wanted it for yourself desperately, which at the prices they ask for their stuff, there's no way. It usually doesn't take me too long to get through this mall because I know what dealers to go to and I know which ones to avoid. So the vast majority of these, I should probably say 75% of the 4 items, 3 of the 4 items, came from one person because their prices are good. And it's one of the more, I would say, the more junkier booths. Like it's not like the Art Deco booth, or it's not like the mid-century booth. It's not like the other booths that are in there. It's got a mishmash of everything. They're not really strict about what they let vendors sell in there. So, sometimes I find good old and sometimes I find good new. It is what it is. And I think I started late that day. Not to ramble too much, but I started a little late that day. I've been up really late lately and I don't know why. It's not my insomnia or my anxiety again, because I would know. But I've just been going to bed at like 4 and then waking up at like 11 or maybe even sometimes noon, which is not like me at all. But yeah, anyway, let's get off that subject. Let's show you all the stuff that's right here. So like I said, these 4 items only cost me $15. I've got a thing for banks. I just don't know why. I think I just like the different designs and such on them. So this one, I have to do a little bit more research on that. It looks like it says Bissell Pete, or Rat, from Bizzle Rat, Pat. I'm gonna just do a little bit more research on that. I just don't know. Scott's been getting me into buying the reference books, and I'm sorry if my camera is not focusing very well. But this is the Pocket Guide to Depression Glass. It's the 4th edition. This was only $1. See? $1. And it's got patterns and such in here, so if I wanted to keep this in the car, so I can kind of reference something, because the big books are kind of a lot, but I can at least have this. I found him one of those, the Aurora, the Hazel Atlas Aurora tumblers at a flea market, and so when I saw that one, I was like, he likes individual tumblers, so I bought it for him. But yeah, it'll be good to have this on hand, I think, if I see something really interesting and I want to look it up. What I would usually do is I would do like a quick lens search just to kind of get an idea of a pattern name. And then, since I have some depression glass books, I can reference them in here and make sure that it's exactly what it's supposed to be. So this is from 1985, so it's almost a 40-year-old book. But for a buck, you can't really go wrong. Now, from that same dealer that I got those two items in, this is hilarious. I jokingly refer to two of my managers as Archie and Edith Bunker because they like to make fun of each other sometimes. Sometimes it's for pure fun, and sometimes it's more of like, where are you? Are you doing something? And they just kind of like have a bit of a banter on the headsets that we wear. So I jokingly said one day, are Archie and Edith done yet? And a couple of my supervisors thought that was funny. So that was $1.50. I know Gene Stapleton played Edith Bunker. Carol O'Connor played Archie Bunker. I know that's Rob Reiner. I just don't know his character name. And that looks like Beverly D'Angelo, but I do not think that that's Beverly D'Angelo. I can't remember her name off the top of my head. If I can remember to do so, I will put those actors' name across the screen here. And then the only other item that I got, there are two sides to this mall. You walk to your, when you first walk into this mall, you got the counter where you pay for things. There's a separate room, very high-end, primitive type items, and then there's some showcases, and then there's the different rows of dealers. And then on your right, it's the same idea. I know where to go. I know what booths to avoid because they're too expensive, and it's not worth me looking at the stuff if I can't afford it. I mean, it's cool to look at and see what's there, but it's like, why bother looking if you can't purchase it? And I'm not talking about just for resale. I'm talking about even as a collector myself, because I'm frugal. I'm frugal in this business. I like to find really good things for, not a very hefty price. And that's the example I'm talking about with this. This is a Fenton Colonial Blue thumbprint pattern basket. I believe the Fenton Colonial Blue was popular between 1962 and 1968, or that's when it was released. Or maybe 1969. I always mix it up. It's either 68 or 69. One of the two. I paid $10 for this, and this is from a vendor that I don't buy things a lot from. It has the original tag on it, which I thought was really cool. And they marked it as found. And if you look right here, I was like, that might just be a defect or something when they applied the handle to this. It's perfectly fine. Don't worry, it's not going to break off. It just looked weird to me, but I gave it the test, and it's perfect. I can tell the difference between a cracked basket or like the glass and then the intact glass, and this must have just been done. It's not focusing. That must have just been done during manufacturing when it was made and applied. That just happened. So it's not a crack or a chip or anything, and I thought $10 was definitely worth buying that for. I might be able to get about $30 for that. So I couldn't leave that for $10. So that's everything from Beaver Creek. So these are the only 4 items that I was able to pick up at Crossroads. Again, there are some booths with some really great things. And even my favorite booth that's priced really, really well didn't have a great amount of things that I liked. So, well, he did, but it was behind cases and he prices that stuff a little bit more, which is okay. Most of his things are really, really good deals, like thrifty prices. Or thrift store prices. Anyway, so it's the same deal here. Crossroads is a lot bigger than Beaver Creek with 2 sides to it, but I know what dealers to go to, which ones not to go to. So I was in and out of that place in probably 25 minutes, 30 minutes. And this is what I got. Clown alert for you all. If you don't like clowns. Oh my gosh. There's too much going on in this background. Whoops. So this is an enamel painted clown brooch. I'm not sure who made it. Heck, maybe I'll wear this on on Saturday when Katie and I do our show. That'd be kind of funny. I also got this. I thought this was really cool. This was only like $3. It says Trojan Horse by Viking of Evans. I may need to do a little bit more research on that. So there's a booth that's in this mall that has like horse stuff. I guess this dealer really likes horses, or they raise money for their horse stable or for the horse that their daughter has. And a lot of it's priced right where it should be. Even some of their stuff that wasn't horse themed was kind of expensive, but for whatever reason, this one was only $3. It looks mid-century to me, but I liked that, and I said that was definitely worth picking up for $3. I didn't even look it up. I just grabbed it because it was cheap. This I'll probably end up bringing to the industrial sale. This is a Curity cotton picker, made in the U.S. Definitely has an older look to it. I don't see a zip code on it or anything, and there's still cotton in it. Isn't that cool? Still soft. Probably don't want to pull it for fear of ruining the paper, but I love that minty green and the black. I think that that's just great. Cosmetic cotton. It was good for nursery cotton, manicure cotton, and originally it was 39 cents back in the day. But I thought that was really, really cool, so I had to pick that up. So guys, that is everything that I was able to get from Crossroads and from Beaver Creek Antiques. Let me know down below in the comment section, what were your favorite items?